Okay, let's begin. Hello to everyone. Let's move forward into our exercise. Planning and Control Management Part 3. How to establish or develop a detailed baseline program. And here is our previous episode, Part 3, Session 1. Introductory to and adding activities for detailed baseline program. And here is our current episode for Part 3, Session 2. And we will be discussing or to continue the linking and organizing activities for the detailed baseline program. Okay, let's proceed directly to Primavera P6. And we will link the activities. Okay, so we will start from contract award. Anyway, we need to do the assigning of activity type for these new milestone activities. So we will go to column, then customize, and then activity type. Where can we find it? Here in the general. Okay, and then put it here, and then apply. Okay, so so the default is task dependent, but actually this is a milestone activity. So click here, and then select contract award. Or let's say finish milestone. Notice to proceed, make it finish milestone. Project start, let's make it a start milestone. And site handover, that is a finish milestone. And project handover, that is a finish milestone. Okay, so if you can see here, we cannot see the bar here. Why? It is because the bar, we have not yet define the bar into milestone bar into our activity bar type. So let's click here, go to bar. Okay, let's create a milestone bar here, milestone bar type. So do we have here? None. I think there is none. So we will create. So we will add, and then let's say uh, current milestone. Let's say we will change it into non-critical milestone. Okay. And here, time scale, we use the current bar. When you scroll it down, so the appropriate here is the current bar, and then the filtering. Let's click it. Okay, we have to look for the milestone. Checkbox, mark the checkbox for the milestone, and then it should be non-critical. Okay, so meaning there are two conditions here that it should be a milestone and it is non-critical. Okay, let's go. Okay, and then this one. Let's highlight this one and then go to the bar style. Click here at the left side. That is for the start milestone. So click here, what shape do you want? So we will choose this one. You can choose circle. You can choose everything you want here. So we will choose this one. because, and then since it is not a critical milestone, so we will make it the color as green. You can choose whatever color you want. And also here this is not a milestone, so let's just put it here as clear it, and then none. Anyway, even though you will not modify it, that's okay. So here at the right side, that is the finish milestone, just choose this one, then let's make it green. And then the pattern, what pattern do you want? So we'll make it solid. And here it's all solid. And then let's put it as 1. Okay. So bar settings, show bar when collapsed, fine. Show bar grouping bands, okay. Bar labels, so for now we don't need it. So okay, let's go. Okay, as you can see here, it is already there is already a bar for the milestone. Now, what next? So we have to link it. So we'll start from the contract award. So contract award will follow the notice to proceed, right? So we will assume that the contract award and notice to proceed is issued at the same date. So let's link it. Right click and then link, and then uh, right click here and then look at the bottom detail where we can see, just click the relationship tab, and then you can see here at the successor window, notice proceed, finish to start, and that's fine. So next, we'll go here, and then next is the notice to proceed. So notice to proceed will follow the project start date, but according to our assumption that the notice to proceed orders 5 days later, we will start the project. So right click in there, then link, and then we will start the project for 5 days. So highlight this one, look at the predecessor, and finish to start. But since we are ordered to start 5 days after the receipt of the notice to proceed, so we will put it here 5. Okay, now it is moving now. Next is the start date. Actually, the start, so we will, from the start, the mobilization, of course, it should follow after the project starts. So mobilization will immediately follow. Mobilization of temporary facilities. So we will link it and then right click. Okay, we are just doing this one by one for clarity, because if we will do it at the same time, uh, you can do it if you are really handling now your own project. This is only our exercise to make it understandable and clear to the audience, okay? What is next? What else that can follow the project start? We can say what? J1080. Okay, this one, the project management and the transportation, uh, it should start at the same time for the start of the project, right? Okay, but actually during the tender, our tender schedule, we use the mobilization for temporary facilities, but actually we have already changed those activities, so we have to rectify this one. So we will remove this and then change it to a project start, okay? I hope you understand what I mean. During the tender schedule, that we prepared, since we don't have the milestone, we assigned a predecessor, which is mobilization for temporary facilities start to start. But here in our detailed baseline schedule, we already rectified the activities, rectified the activity ID, and added some other activities, so everything will change. Okay, so we will remove this and change this to project start. Okay, remove that one. And also for transportation, I'll remove it. And the successor, it should not be the mobilization anymore, because we have already the milestone that we put for the completion of the project. Okay, so let's remove it. And also for project management, let's remove it. And then let's go to project start, copy the activity ID using Control C, and then get back to project management. And then here at the predecessor window, click assign. And then here, Control V to copy the activity ID of the mobilization, and then enter. And then the relationship type, that's fine, because it is already a milestone. And we'll go to transportation, and then highlight this one of the same predecessor, and then enter. So relationship type is okay, that's fine. Okay, so we will assign the successor for this activity, which is the project completion, right? Okay, let's move. We will copy the this one, project handover. We will copy the activity ID, then Control C, and then move to project management and transportation. Highlight project management, and here on the successor window, click assign, and then here Control B to copy the activity ID of the project handover, and then enter. And then the relationship type, which is finished to start, that is fine because it is already a milestone activity. But if it is a task-dependent activity, it should be finished to finish. Okay, so we'll go to transportation, and then since they have the same successor, just put your cursor there and then enter, and then done. Okay, so let's move to the next. We will go to what else can follow the project start date, project start activity. K1090. Okay, that's fine. I will go to L110. What else should follow the activity start? Project management, mobilization. I think there's none. So we will go to uh, mobilization for temporary facilities, followed by the mobilization for site construction. But if you look at this one, construction of, we will remove this one because it is already changed. The successor, mobilization for site construction. Okay, that's fine. And how about this one, construction of temporary facilities? We will remove this one, and then, okay. Construction of temporary facilities, actually it should follow after the mobilization. Am I correct? Okay, just link it, and then right click, and then link. Okay. And then how about the installation of temporary utilities? It should follow after the facilities. Okay, let's link it. So they're already done. So next, after the mobilization for site construction, what should be the next successor for that? So that means we can start the project, right? So that means we can start the site clearing. So we will link the site construction into site clearing and then link. Okay. And also, once the temporary installation of temporary utilities has been done, it should also, we can start the site works. You can utilize the, what I mean, the, actually we schedule it to finish after the facilities. We will be utilizing all the manpower in there going to site execution. So let's link this one and then link. Okay. So how about the others? Uh, Excavation, site clearing, excavation. Okay. I think we have linked this already before. How about the trenching? Trenching will follow the site clearing. Okay, let's do it one by one. We may get mistake here. Site clearing, what should be the predecessor of site clearing? Okay, this is fine. Excavation, and then next excavation will follow the 03, which has a C1020 plus 3, which has a start of 30 days, start of 30 days. Okay, that's fine. And next is grading. We'll go to grading. It should be start 30 days to C120-4. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. And then we have the compaction. Uh, it will proceed to compaction. It will proceed to trenching. Since after the site clearing, compaction, okay, we can start the trenching. Let's click and then link it. Okay, and then after that, uh, that's one. Okay, next is we'll go to trenching. What will be the successor of trenching? Um, Drainage site construction. Let's check again. Excavation, grading. I think we have to remove this one, trenching. This is not the correct anymore, so remove it. It will start from excavation. And then let's remove this one. Okay, we will go to backfilling and then grading, start to start. Okay, start to start. And then we'll move to trenching. And then trenching will move to drainage construction also. So we will remove the formworks because that is the initial linking. So remove it. Then we'll go to, it should go to drainage construction. Okay. Before I forget, I am just, when you want to trace the logic, just click this go to. If you want to go to the predecessor, click here on the left side, go to, and then on the successor, use the go to. Okay. So what is next? Go drainage. So after the trenching, the 130.01 trenching will go to D30, just two, finish to start. And then drainage, then this drainage construction will move to A1040, just one. Here the formworks. So that means it will start the site road concrete works. So let's link it. Okay. Okay, formworks, and then after the formworks, we'll go to concreting, which is an overlapping by 10 days. Oh, that's fine. And the next is after concreting, that is already the completion of our interim milestone. So we have to link it into the interim milestone. So highlight it and then go to milestone and then control, go to click this one and then right click and then link. So our milestone here for the interim milestone moves already here. So, okay. Now let's move to, after the concreting, we will go to earthworks of the perimeter wall. So earthwork of the perimeter wall, we can start this after the uh, construction of temporary facilities, right? Mobilization, yeah, construction of temporary facilities. So that means um, okay. So that means this construction of site perimeter wall should start. Wait a minute. We will start from the guardhouse. So CSB perimeter wall, after we finish it, which is F1040, 1050-4, G1060. I think after the compaction, we can start the what do you call this, guardhouse. Where is the compaction here? Here. Here we can start the guardhouse. 040. That's 4. We can start the guardhouse. That is D1030. That's 1. I think it's not. D1030. That's 1. Guardhouse and gates. Option D. G1060. That's 1. So we will link this guardhouse in here. Okay. Next, our earthwork for perimeter wall is F1050. It should, after the installation of temporary facilities, it will start. So we need to remove this one. Temporary utilities, so remove this one. And then we'll change it to after the completion of the temporary utilities. It will follow the earthwork for the perimeter wall. Wow. Utilities and then perimeter wall earthworks. Link it. Okay. Then after that, what else? So after the completion of CHP wall, I think we can go or move to the site clearing, right? CHP wall going to site clearing, link it, okay, becomes critical. And then also after the construction of gates, we can move to site clearing also and mobilize, then link it, okay. So what else? And also the demobilization, it should be the predecessor of the project completion. So once you mobilize, of course, project is finished. Okay, link it. Okay. So I think we're done. Let's look at how about this one? Mobilization temporary facilities. Where is the link of this project start? But where is now the we couldn't find the what do you call this? The milestone bar here. Okay. Anyway, let's click the bar. Let's see if what happened. Non-critical milestone. Okay. The reason why the milestone for the critical, we can see only the non-critical milestone here, but the critical milestone we cannot find it because we didn't check the display the checkbox. So we will check it. Okay, we're done. So now you can see here, they are all linked, I think. So the next thing that we have to check here, Let's see if we are already done in here. So let's review the duration of the project. If it match or satisfy the tender program. So if you look at the duration, it becomes 305 days. What is the reason why? Because actually in our tender program, we have 300 days duration of the project. But since here, the start of the project is 5 days after the receipt of the NTP. So that is why the 5 days is added into the actual duration of the project period of performance. So it becomes 305. So that is correct, right? Now let's review the, what do you call this? The critical path of the tender program compared to our detailed baseline program now. So the tender program that we have before, this interim milestone is not the critical path, is the only non-critical path in our tender program. So that means our schedule now is correct. The relationship and the linking of our activities corresponds to the tender program. Okay. Look at this one. This is our, we call this as our interim milestone that we need to deliver this part of the project deliverables earlier than the overall project completion. But actually, since this is a milestone also, it should be critical considering that it should be delivered earlier than the project milestone. Because when we say interim milestone, that is an important date also that the owner will be needing the completion of this part of the project with a purpose. Okay. So what we have to do in there? So we have to assign constraint to our project milestone. So meaning we have to, let me explain first what is constraint in Primavera P6. Before we assign the constraints to our project milestones, constraint, constraint is the restrictions or limitations imposed to activity dates. You will realize the use of constraint as we go forward in our exercise. Okay, so here is how the constraint can be assigned. Let's open the let's insert the column for the constraint here. Okay, using this one, and then let's find for the constraint. I think it is here somewhere in general items also. Here we can see the primary constraint. Okay, so we will put it here to be inserted in our the column of our current activity window, and then apply. Okay, so nothing have been assigned constraint here. So we will assign a constraint here on this handover site handover. Okay, our interim milestone. How to do that? Okay, just highlight the activity and then go here. You can see here at the bottom window of the activity window. Here we can see, you can see the status tab. Just click it. And here you can find the primary constraint. Okay, just click it. And then you can see the 5 types of constraints in here. Okay, so is it 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4? Yes, 5 constraint to select. Actually, the names are self-explanatory, right? When we say as late as possible, that means that the activity should be scheduled prior to its successor, meaning it should be as late as possible. So that means it will be scheduled on the day the its successor start. You get it? So when we say finish on, of course, you have to choose whatever date you want the activity to finish on, and finish on or after, finish on or before, and then mandatory finish. Actually, mandatory finish, I'm not really using this one because it will just ruin the logic of the activities. But actually, it has a use also, but um, in some other cases, I think. But I'm not using this one really. Okay. Okay, let's assign the finish milestones to the interim and project milestone of our project. So in this one, we can assign here. Actually, it will become a critical because actually this is also a milestone. That means when we say critical, we should have to push it to finish on time, or otherwise, if it will be delayed, since it is an important event or important event, one of the important event of the project, it may affect the project owner for whatever purpose they may have on that date. Okay, so let's put primary constraint. Let's say we will put it as finish on or before. Okay, meaning we can finish it on or before, but we should not finish it on or after, because if we finish it after, finish it on or after, we can finish it on, but but if after, it's not acceptable because it should be finished on time or ahead of schedule than the required completion date. Okay, and also for project handover, we should put it as actually you can highlight it here and use this one, but here if you click it, you can see the selection. So let's say finish on or before. Okay. Uh, just take note this one. Constraint must be used appropriately, or otherwise it may or will damage the activity logics nonsensically. Okay. Now let's run the schedule and review the schedule log, since we already completed the logic, so that we can see what will be some errors on our work. Okay, we will go here for the shortcut icon, schedule, and then our data date here is John 1. Later, we will show the dates here. But the most important is that our duration here is accurate and it is correct as per the contract requirements or project requirements. Okay, let's run the schedule. Okay. Okay, then we will look at the log. Let's go again to the schedule and view the log, and then let's review the log. Let's review the log. Scheduling, retain logic early, project open project. Okay, this is fine. Calculate multiple close paths, yes. So we have a number of paths to allocate, calculate here. We put it here as 5, but actually it will show only 3 as we have examined before. So the project is only one project. The activities is 27 activities. Not started activities is 27 because we have not started the updating or the project yet. Relationship is 36. Activity with constraint is 2. The one we put constraint is the interim milestone and the project milestone. So here are the activities with constraint, site handover and project handover. So that is true. Activities without predecessor is 1. That is acceptable. I'm pretty sure that the activity that is which has not the predecessor is the award, project award date. Okay, this one. And also activities without successor, we put it here, site handover and interim milestone. Okay. Next, out of sequence, 0. So we are fine. Activities with actual date, 0. Okay, that's fine. Here, finish milestone have different calendars, site handover and project handover. So we have to change this one because actually we have to review this one. We will check if it is really acceptable or not. So we will go back to our Primavera. Okay, and then let's close it first. And then what? And then we will see the calendar. So we will show the calendar here. Let's say the calendar is, I think it's also in general. So where's calendar here? If it is not in the general, okay, we can find it in the list somewhere here. Or if not, then Control F, calendar. Okay. Actually, it's in the general, but I have not seen it. So let's move it here and then apply. Okay. So next, we will look at it. So if you look at this one, the calendar is okay. They are of the same calendar. So if we, so that is acceptable, right? So we will view the log, get back again, and then calendar. Okay, we'll go to calendar, milestones and predecessors. Finish milestone and predecessors have different calendars. How it comes that it is different because as we see it, they are the same. What happened? Oh, Okay. I think it was minimized. Okay, sorry. Uh, what next? We'll go to the lab. Okay. Next is scheduling leveling. Fine. Scheduled activities. June 1, June 1. So the actual number of float path is 3. Now the critical activities is here already. You can see it. So how do we see it? So we can check it in our program or in our Gantt chart view. What is listed in our log or schedule log is also shown here. So the only non actually the okay, everything is critical except if we will remove the constraint of the handover. I mean the handover site handover, so it will become non-critical. So let's remove it. Okay. So if we will look at our schedule, if you run it again, and then every time you change any logic in your schedule, you have to rerun it so that it will be refreshed. Well, let's view the log and then, okay. So the critical activities as per project wise, so the critical activities will be lesser compared to if we will make the interim milestone also critical. Okay. So the activities with unsatisfied condition 000, that's okay. So activities that are not in any float path is the project management. Of course, the project management and the transportation should not be in the float path because it is a level of effort activity. So, okay, let's get back to let's check the relationship here. Project handover, project start, project handover. So we're done here. Okay, let's I think let's take a break and continue again for the next session. Okay. Our next episode should be part 3, session 3, how to establish the baseline program. That is resource and cost loading detailed baseline program per segment. So that is why I made this as first segment because I'm not really sure if we can finish the resource loading of this detailed baseline program. But once we can do it to finish at one time, so there is no more second segment. Okay. So see you and for the next episode, and thank you for watching. And it will be it will make me happy if you like it, subscribe and share. Okay, end of session. God bless to all and God bless. and goodbye.